Hello, it's producer Miss P, and I have here with me lbstreets. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good, hanging in there. So, a few of your subscribers, viewers, followers, a little bit of everybody have expressed that they would like to better get to know you. How's that sound?
Sound like a plan. Let's go.
All right. First question: where is lbstreets from?
Well, I'm from New York,
Okay.
Harlem.
Very
Bronx.
nice. New York in the hills. Okay. And where did you get your name from?
Well, basically, my government start with an L, so I've always been known as L. And I decided, upon getting into writing books and, being a political pundit, I decided to be the voice of the streets. For those behind the wall, for those, the poor of our society, for those who are the targets of the government, of police, suppression, things like that. So LB streets, basically that's how I connected it.
Okay, I like that. All right. Now, what is the significance of your backdrop? I see here that Jay-Z here is wearing a T-shirt that has the same young man as this photo. So, elaborate on your backdrop for us.
Well, we're gonna start off with the homie right here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jay. Basically he's up there because I consider him a success story, especially from where I come from and what I used to do.
Right.
Being a hustler, being into that game, and being able to make the correct decisions to extract yourself from that game, which is really a trap.
Right.
We call it a trap game because it really is a trap, though.
Right.
So he got out of that, and now instead of rotating, in the streets, he's rotating with presidents, billionaires, and all that.
Absolutely.
And living his best life. So he's a prime example for what can be done.
Right.
No matter what your background is,
Absolutely.
So that's why he's on this wall right here,
I love it.
The shirt he has on has a similar photo of this one, which is of Che Guevara, who was a freedom fighter. He was killed in large part with the help of the United States CIA.
Wow.
Out in Bolivia. He basically fought against governments that oppressed the poor. He was part of the Cuban Revolution with Fidel Castro and overthrew the Batista government. And he eventually was killed in the 60s. But he helped Africans against oppression when apartheid system was going on. He didn't care what your color was. He was all for the people,
All people.
And, all peoples. And, he risked his life and limb and eventually died helping the poor. And they turned him into the government. But, it's a long story.
Right.
And then we have the brother right here, Marcus Garvey, who in the early 20th century was promoting blacks uniting and using our resource to go back to Africa and build the motherland up. He was a great man also. Was oppressed by the United States government and sent back to Jamaica where he was born.
Okay.
But he was a great man, and that's why all three of these men is up on this wall, because they all represent greatness.
Right.
In different aspects, but they all represent greatness, and I always want to project that whenever I speak.
Okay, very nice. So the next question is, not only do you have one American flag up here, you have two. So if you don't mind elaborating on the significance of two flags.
Well, it's not really a significance as far as the number, but just having the flag up here in general is basically, even though I object and I stand against a lot of the oppression that was condoned or committed by the United States government or those agents working on behalf of the United States government,
okay,
I still represent and stand up for this flag and for the United States, which is this land.
Okay.
Because millions of my forebearers, my ancestors, who looked like me,
right,
their blood and their bones is in this ground.
Right.
You know, so I refuse to be caught up in like some of the sayings that I hear from some of the European oppression groups, Klansmen or whatever. Go back to Africa, you know, they be saying, yeah, that's impossible, you know,
Right.
because my people been here a lot longer than a lot of your people, you know,
Right.
who
Yeah.
came during the, you know, the early 1900s, the end of the 1800s, you know,
Mhm.
whether it was the potato famine that hit, you know, Europe, or whether it was the Jews migrating, you know, everybody was entitled to get over here, but we was brought here hundreds of years before that,
Right.
and we helped build this land into the greatest superpower in the world right now. So it ain't no way for us to just abandon ship, you
Right.
know. So I'm gonna claim this. I don't claim everything that they do. I'm gonna fight
Right.
against oppression no matter what.
Right.
But I'm gonna claim the strength that this country represents, the blood and sweat and tears that was put into it by my people. That's why it's there.
Okay. We love it. Hopefully that answers all of their questions in regards to your backdrop, which is beautiful.
Thank you.
By the way, we
Appreciate
love it. Next question. Someone submitted, they have noticed that you wear a lot of camouflage. Why is that?
Well, I try to always keep some type of military gear nearby.
Okay.
Whenever I project a video, whenever I, you know, come on video,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to know that it ain't all sweet.
Right.
That black people in this country and poor people in this country, because I don't just represent black people, I
Right.
represent the poor, I represent all my comrades, that's the oppressed classes.
Right.
So, be that as it may, we at war,
Right.
you know, and it seemed like only some of us are aware that we're at war.
Right.
You know, we have others who just want to party all day.
Right.
You know, yeah, but it's a war going on. If these cats will really do your research, you will see that you have oppressive groups. You know, whether it's the Aryan Brotherhood, whether it's the, you know, different parts of the Republican Party, who have training grounds in different parts of this country where they training for war. So when you see these people coming out shooting up a Walmart or going
Right.
to a black church shooting up 20, 30 people, a lot of these people been training for that. So while you at the club, while most of the quote unquote homies and thugs is at the club or they out, you know, on the block shooting each other, these people are training for war, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's up with that.
Okay. And what are some future endeavors you're looking to start? Possibly, you know, in the near future, long term, just future endeavors your viewers and subscribers could look out for.
Well, basically, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the channel,
Okay.
on this channel, and on basically social media aspects, you know, to help augment this channel. But anything with lbstreets is going to be popping, you know.
Okay. It's gonna be popping, y'all.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, I'm going to try to, you know, get everything shaken in regards to this channel and that's related to this channel so I could keep promoting what's going on, what I'm trying to do, you know, and promoting the plight of the people, you know. Also my own issues that I have going
Right.
on with the oppressor, you know. Definitely keep the people updated on that, you know, so they know what's taking place as time goes on.
Okay. Very nice. All right. On a lighter note, your viewers have heard about your book. If you could elaborate a little bit more on your book that you have published that is out, and where can your viewers and subscribers purchase your book at?
All right, so yeah, that book I wrote, the Wifey Factor. They could get it at my website, thewifeyfactor.com.
Okay.
You know,
thewifeyfactor.com.
that's correct.
Okay.
You know, it's available there. It's also available in different places, but I rather them go there and get it directly.
Okay.
So it's a relationship book, an urban relationship book.
Okay.
You know,
We
just
need something
explain.
like that.
Yeah, basically that's why I basically put it together. Um, the book basically explains to those women that's interested in urban men why we choose to wife certain chicks and not others, and how we look at different females.
Okay.
So basically, it just was a, shall we say, self-help book.
Okay.
For females, but it's a funny read. So I put a lot of stories in there that concerns myself along with other men, and things that we went through, and how that affected our views or judgment on different females.
Okay.
I think it's a good read, entertaining as well as informative.
Very nice. So, as you heard it from LB Streets, you can purchase his book at thewifeyfactor.com.
It's a fact.
All right. And what are some of your hobbies? What are you into on your free time?
Well, basically, I don't have too much free time, but I'm big into cars.
Okay.
I buy them, fix them. I sometimes post videos of me doing different things with cars, working on them here and there, whatever. So cars will be my hobby. If I have any hobby, it'll be cars.
Okay. Cooking, painting, anything else?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I can cook.
Okay.
I could do a lot of things. I'm kind of a Renaissance man. But I'm kind of stuck in a little struggle right now. In a serious situation. With the government. And the oppressor. So I try to take all my free time trying to get that situated.
Okay. Very nice. So we've seen that on your social media. You've had a couple of issues and run-ins with law enforcement. Could you let us know an update on that, and or elaborate on those particular situations that are posted on your social media?
Well, basically, I never really put it all the way out there, but
Okay.
since I came home, from prison 3 years ago, the folks been on me, so the feds basically. So the government's been trying every different tactic they can
Okay.
to, I guess, get me off the streets, including trying to run me off the road.
Really?
Trying to get me locked back up, sending rats to me with all type of proposals. Even when I was in places trying to work, they go to different jobs I had,
Wow.
yeah, all types of, I posted a little bit of it over the
Right.
years,
Right.
but mainly I've been fighting this battle on my own,
Since the past
Yeah.
3 years.
So I just I've been taking evidence down.
Right.
Sometimes they'll take the evidence, as far as if I got it on the computer or something like that. I've been hacked. Photos of different agents. Been
So this is
deleted.
pretty deep.
It's deep.
Okay.
It's deep.
Yeah,
That's why I
deep.
decided to make a whole channel.
Right.
And make a whole campaign based on this,
Right.
because
It's not right.
Yeah, a lot of people, but a lot of people wouldn't even know
The depths they would go, the hoops and things they would jump to this extent.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what the government is capable of doing.
Right.
What people in the government who abuse their power are capable of doing, or capable of okaying.
Right.
To citizens of the United States. From assassinations to planting false information, false evidence.
Wow.
So what I decided to do was to take the smart course.
Right.
Because usually I try to fight. Yeah.
Right.
Usually I try to fight back. I'm used to physical confrontations.
Right.
But going against a whole government agency, with agents, unlimited resources, you're not gonna win that.
Right.
So basically, you just you gotta expose them.
Right.
So my mission now is to expose them, and get that brought out to the peoples, and let it go from there. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. And then there's no telling when
Right.
they may try to plant something, or, because their tactics ain't worked.
Right.
And they couldn't get me locked up, on nothing legitimate.
Right.
They trying all type of different things. So it's just a matter of time before something come up where they try to put me in position to where they could say, oh, we had to shoot him because he threatened our life, or he tried to do this to one of our agents, or
right.
Oh, well, he had this on him, or he had that on him in his car, so I just need to get the people to be aware of this, so it can't be covered up.
Right.
So I just want to expose it. We had the things like with the George Floyd type
right.
situation.
Yeah.
I'm fighting that same battle, so it's continuing. Just because, they put up a statue for Floyd and everything, you still got those type of oppressors, that's at our neck, you know what I mean? And this right here is just going to go to the heart
right.
of, what it's all about. Far as the oppression tactics and programs that the United States government operates,
Right.
I'm talking about hundreds of different agents, It's just on this particular case, just saying I'm not John Gotti, I'm not
right.
a terrorist.
Right.
So it's something I'm doing or that I represent that got them to the level where they feel that they need to do that, And so I believe that it's related to, I didn't put it out there, but I have several movements that I'm trying to push, amongst the people,
right.
To enlighten the people and to get the people to really focus on the real enemy, which is the oppressor.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of being out here shooting each other up and everything, killing kids and women and all that.
Or innocent bystanders, right.
Bystanders and all that. I'm trying to get people to focus on the real ops.
Right.
They looking at each other as the ops, while the real ops is sitting back.
Right. Looking at them.
Yeah, but that's that's the Willie Lynch syndrome. But that's a whole different topic that I'm gonna cover in another video.
Okay. Wow. This gets deep. This gets very deep.
Yeah, it definitely get deep, And I just want to, like I said, I'm gonna just try to keep exposing. I'm gonna start posting photos of different agents and rats, and people that work for them, who they have on this case,
right?
Who they, who's assisting them, with oppression, trying to oppress me, trying to, I guess, intimidate me,
right?
Assassination of character, assassination of my character,
right.
They going to places where I'm trying to work, and they assassinate my character, so I can't really work a regular job or
right.
none of that,
right.
Due to this whole operation they got going on. So,
this is so unfortunate, and it's sad that, those who we think, are supposed to protect us in a sense, and I'm using that lightly, right?
Please.
Yeah. Are the ones who are, doing such things, and would go to this extent to like you say, oppress a person or a group of people. It's very sad and unfortunate.
But I don't want to get too deep off into the woods,
right.
in regards to the history of law enforcement and the police.
Elaborate, please.
But, we have to first understand that police wasn't set up initially to help aid and assist those of color. It was really brought up to assist slave owners in recovering their slaves, making sure the slaves is under control and not running away. Yeah, it was the slave patrol. That's the origins of the police force in the United States. But, what we dealing with in the modern day police institutions is we have big government.
Right.
Not big government in the way Republicans say it, but big government in the way Republicans and the right wing wish to press it. And when I say big government, I mean big police. America's become a police state. So there's so many law enforcement agents that's hired that even when crime goes down, these people still need to keep their jobs. Right. So how can they keep their jobs if crime went down?
Right.
So we got to make more criminals, or we got to like in regards with the feds, you know, it was a lot of operations and, shall we say, teams set up, whether that's in the ATF or the FBI,
Okay.
that related to the mob, you know, which was the Italian mafia.
Okay, right.
Which basically doesn't exist anymore on the level that it used to.
Right.
So a lot of the laws that was used for it, that was the origins, is in relation to the fight against the mob, the United States Mafia. They have to use them laws now on who? This was for organized crime, whether you talk about RICO laws,
right,
or you know, other criminal enterprise laws. These was weapons that prosecutors used and had passed to use against the mafia. So without the mafia being there, who should we use these laws on? So now they're using it on gangs, black and brown gangs. You know, even though many of these organizations, quote unquote gangs, are not organized. You know, they're not organized. They're affiliations. You know, but it passed the muster in the court, you know, loosely, but it passes. It just allows them to give you more time. So these same task force that once had the enemy being the mafia or organized or sophisticated criminals, because those enemies are not there any longer in the numbers that they used to be, they now have to switch their focus. So now they focusing, federal agents is focusing mainly in black and brown neighborhoods.
Right.
So they making anything a federal crime. A robbery of a store is a federal crime. This used to be something that was state, you know.
Wow.
So we have what I would call the two-book law system now, you know. And just to keep it brief, it's whereas if you white and you catch a certain charge, you're fluent in white, they're gonna leave it for the state, because the state gonna give you less time.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So we might catch a white young man with some meth, you know, in the state, and we just prosecute him in the state, and he can get a year, 2 years.
Wow.
We might catch a young black boy with some crack or some heroin, and we go ahead and send it over to the feds for the feds to prosecute them, because they could give them a lot more time than we can, you know. So I'm gonna have a video regarding the two law books.
You should do it. I think the viewers would enjoy that.
Yeah, we got a lot. You know, I got a lot up my sleeve. We're gonna push a lot of things. You know, just the beginning. You know,
very nice.
I want the people to understand that. You know, and I'm going to fight to the end. They ain't got to worry about that.
Please do.
You know, I don't know how this going to end, but I'm gonna fight to the end. You know, and that's my word is bond. You know.
Your word is bond. I think that wraps it up. You have definitely, disclosed a lot more to your viewers that they may or may not have known. So we're going to close this out. But the last thing, your viewers and upcoming viewers would like to know your Facebook, Instagram. Where can new, hopefully, subscribers find you on social media?
Well, I'm gonna have it. It should be. They can find it on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
You know, and the outro to this video.
Okay.
And we'll have it. You could get me at any of those points. You know.
Okay. And then also the link to the Wifey Factor as well. That'll all be
wifeyfactor.com. And also, because I am fighting this fight, and I'm not just fighting this fight for me.
Right.
I'm fighting this fight for the people.
Right.
You understand me? Because I want to expose them. Yeah, they not following you at this time. They not oppressing you right now directly.
Right.
You know, I'm going to take that smoke. You feel me? I can handle it. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm going to take that smoke. It's nothing. I'm going to fight against them to the end. I'm not going to bow. I'm not going to break. It's impossible.
Right.
But what I do ask is I ask for all my peoples and for the comrades out there to follow, like, subscribe.
Okay.
You know, hit that notification on the channel. Mm-hmm. But also, for this fight, I'm going to also be setting up a legal defense fund. you know, for attorney fees and everything. And I'm also going to be, you know, accepting donations in regards to helping me keep this fight going, and also helping me get the technology to fight, because I don't have, of course, I'm not going to have what the government have.
Right.
You know, they have drones, they have everything.
A little bit of everything.
You know,
right.
Multiple car, resource, everything.
Right.
But just for me to be able to put up a decent fight,
right,
I need access to certain things. You know, whether it's recorders, certain types of cameras. You know, I want to keep exposing what's going on. I also need to hire, you know, a team. You know, I need a team. You know, so that's people who's, you know, helping me do cataloging of agents, posting their face, information, different cars, you know, that they're using.
Right.
You know, different things. You know what I mean? So, you know, I appreciate all support, whatever it is. You know,
right.
They could hit me in, you know, my Cashapp, lbstreets. You know, that's the $ lbstreets on the Cashapp.
Okay.
You know, that'll be on the screen also on the outro. So yeah, that's what it is. You know.
Okay, it is. We're gonna end this with. I am producer Miss P, and I'm sitting here with LB Streets, and we thank you all. Have a good one.
Peace.
Bye.